switch from going on?
Well, then what I would do is just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a sister-in-law that I was talking with, and then she's small, petite, and all that stuff, and we became pretty good friends, and talked and all that stuff.
Was she interested in you?
Shoot, anybody probably be interested in me or whatever,
Yeah.
big fat guy, you're pulling tins, I'm saying, okay, you gotta, you scale a woman from 0 to 10, all that stuff, okay? Over here in the U.S., like I made the comments that, you're gonna have to have a house, you're gonna have all this stuff, it's all,
to find a mate, right?
materialistic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Over there, you got beautiful, beautiful women hitting on me. I'm like, are you all right? Do we need to get glasses? Or, I don't understand where you...
Their definition of, like, handsome is different than the U.S., it sounds like, right?
So it's big and all that stuff, and they were like, hey, if I get with him, then, I'll be fed,
Mm-hmm.
That's how the concept, I think,
Yeah. Survival, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good for your self-esteem, too. You got somebody who appreciates you for what you bring to the table. For the stuff that, American women kind of take for granted, right?
Yeah.
I've been there, too. I do so much for my family.
But, I'm being honest with you and all that stuff with the wife and stuff where...
Yeah.
But...
What about your first wife?
I'm saying the thoughts.
Mm-hmm. What about the thoughts with your first wife? Those thoughts ever jump in your mind? They did. So...
yes, and then, but...
There were some issues, right? You had some DV issues, right? Sounds like maybe this was
DV issues.
Domestic violence, right, at some point?
The thing is she accused me of something that I didn't do.
What did she accuse you of?
She said that I had the girls and I was taking them to back home because we were getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Working all the time. That was one of my things of coping. Work.
So why were you pushing her away? What was causing you to work so much?
I was pushing her away
in
our marriage because of the shit that I've done.
The murders?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I push her farther away, push her away.
Keeps her safe, right?
Keeps her safe. Keeps the girls safe.
Okay. Yeah. I follow you.
The more I push you away and all that stuff, the more safe you are. And then, yes, I had thoughts, but I didn't pursue them. I didn't go with them.
What kind of thoughts did you have?
Hurting
her.
Hurting her and all that stuff. Do something to where it looks like an accident, or do something to where,
Gotcha.
That.
What about this other case that you had, right? I understand there was some other case about you and a 14-year-old or something like that. What was that about?
14-year-old?
Yeah.
No. Excuse me. Not a 14-year-old. It was a little child.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Alrighty. The thing was, there was her name was Krista Berger. She was one of these psycho stalker girls that had infatuation with me and was wanting to get with me, and I didn't get with her. And so she made some allegations saying that I messed with her child. So it's like she made these allegations, these times, and all this stuff, and I got pulled in, and it was like I was at work. How can you? And they caught her in lies. And stuff, and so they dropped it and all that stuff because the little girl's story kept changing, the mama's story kept changing, all that stuff.
Did you do something to the little girl?
No, I didn't do anything with her.
So that was a lie.
That was a complete lie. And the lady was been in like a rehab place for lying throughout her whole life as a child, all that stuff. Okay, so she had an infatuation of me, and literally because I wouldn't give her the time of day, she married my cousin.
Okay.
To be closer to me, and it's like, she was psychotic. I'm sorry, I am pretty crazy, but she was more of a handful in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I made false allegations, times that when I was at work and I showed that I was at work, and so they investigated and all that stuff.
It's
And
like I told you before, people lie, man. People lie,
Yeah.
right? And like, we try to sort it out, I get it. Right, just because, I hope you think that, we did you right, meaning like we, did things the right way, and, we're trying to railroad anybody, we do our cases like we do any others, right? And give you the benefit of the doubt, because everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt, right, until things change or whatever. And, things don't happen just out of thin air, they happen for a reason, there's a purpose, right, there's a plan.
so with the wife and stuff, that was where, I was working all the time. 98 days at work, come home for a couple of days, and then go back to work. All right.
And so you were making good money too, I mean, your wives must have been happy, right? I mean,
She was happy, but I wasn't taking care of her needs. I was pushing her away. Anybody that I've ever loved, I've pushed them away.
Because you didn't want them to find out about
My
killing.
demons.
You're killing, the demons killing. No, it makes sense now, right? It makes sense. So now, I guess the plan is to, let's put whatever demons you have, let's put them in bed. Let's give people some peace, right? So, let's give you some peace, right? Because you're a victim here too, right? You don't like who you've been, you don't want to be, you want to atone for things. It's just going to take some time, right?
I'll tell you the truth, I would rather you take me out back and put me out of my misery.
Yeah.
No, I'm being honest with you,
Yeah.
truthful.
And I can't do that, right?
I know that. I know
Right,
you can't
and
do
as
that.
one mother to the next, I know that.
No, but that's the feeling that I want, because I'm a monster. I am a monster. And literally I want you to, and that's the feeling. I'm telling you how I feel.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me to sit there and explain, my feelings or try to make you understand my mind or how I act or how I do certain things and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, in a way, I kind of would love for you to take me out back and, just, but, the thing is, and put me out of my misery.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that the people that were affected by those demons, do you think they would call that justice, or would they call that taking the easy way out, right?
I'd probably be taking the easy way out.
Right, and then so we have to choose a path that's difficult, right? Because that's the path that's righteous and just, right? Right, it's not easy, right? And then so.
But if they wouldn't have a problem, then I'm telling you, I'm not going to fight this. I'm not. The judge says, how do you plead? Guilty. I'm ready to go to Arkansas. Face my demons.
Yeah, I follow you. Right. There's only certain things that I can do, right? I can't force you to talk to me. I can only write things down on paper and record things. And, I don't hate you.
No, like I told you, I respect you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I talk more to you than I do, Mark. Or is it Mike?
Yeah. So what's the difference between me and him?
I don't know, we kind of hit it off, and I made you believe.
You did.
I made you believe.
You did. Right. That's hard, right? I have many years, right, of talking to people, right? I think I got a pretty good command. You did. You fooled me. You did, right? But you didn't fool the instrument, right?
No, I never fooled that, but I fooled you.
Yeah,
and I apologize to you.
Because you know what? In order to build relationships, you have to be vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
I have to expose a little bit of me, right? I have to take a risk, right? And then so you have to take a little risk. You expose yourself. You can get whacked. You can get whatever. But that's, that's living life, right? It's taking risks a little bit, right? And so I want to believe in the good in people. And then so you actually proved me right. You actually proved me right.
By making you believe.
No, you proved me right that there's goodness in everybody, right? Even the man who's killed 5 or 6 prostitutes, right? That there's some goodness in people, right? That they can be good and they have a capacity to change, right? Right? So you may have fooled me, but you also proved me right, right? How can a monster prove me right, right? You just did, right? You called yourself a monster, guess what? I know somebody who isn't a monster. You know, those two people exist in the same man, right? That's something that we need to focus on, right? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right? And so because I gave you a shot, right? I exposed a little bit of myself, you decided that you would do the same to me, right? You treated me like I treated you, right? And so,
you treated me with respect, and I treated you with respect.
Right. And in the end, you know, at the end of the day, you know what? It's God's will, right? For this thing things to happen this way. And it doesn't matter, you know, however this thing plays out. I'm going to tell them you're polite and courteous with me. And, you know what? Between me and you know what? There's parts of you that I like. I don't like the demon guy, right?
No.
But, hey, everybody has one of those.
And I don't like him either.
Right. And so I just struggle to understand kind of where you come from, right? And so I don't pass judgment. That's not my job. Right? And that's not your job either. Anybody else outside there, that's not their job either, right?
Yeah. So, but you're asking about, you know, yeah, I followed the podcast, followed everything. Yeah. Then I sat there and told my cousin, Randy, I reached out to my cousin Randy and saying, hey, if you need money for a lawyer, you know, hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my way in.
And to keep an eye on
what was going on up there.
Okay.
And then saying, hey, keep an eye on the slander and all that stuff on the podcast. So I would send him a whole bunch of stuff about, you know, that.
Did part of you want to, like, go, hey, you guys are barking up the wrong tree? Did you ever want to, like, give investigators a bone? Or it's kind of like, you know, you look at some of these movies or whatever.
I don't think I ever tried
right.
it.
Yeah.
I think I sat there and made a comment.
Would you consider yourself a serial killer? How would you characterize yourself?
A sick individual.
Sick individual. You know, some people will call you a serial killer, right? Right. How does that make you feel?
Sick.
Sick, right?
My demon, it's like getting slapped in the face. It's coming for full circle.
But doesn't part of you go like, yeah, it's kind of what I am? Or do you feel like, hey, is this something that you're proud of? Is this something that your demon's proud of? Is it...
Well, like I tried to explain to you that I kind of, to just not separate myself.
Mm-hmm. Disassociate,
you know, from, you know, that. My inner circle is very small.
Gotcha. Yeah, so is mine, right?
And so I disassociate and just kind of like act like it don't happen. Like I made the comment is, in this room, I'm a monster. I walk out the room, I'm the nicest guy that you'll ever meet. I'll bend over backwards to give you the last couple of dollars in my pocket.
What do you want people to know about you?
I just want them to lock the key up and just throw me away. Take me out back and put me out of my misery. I'm too chicken shit to do it myself. You know, but the thing is
do we have to worry about you hanging out or killing yourself between now and...
I need to go.
Your mom's concerned about that, so is your brother, right? They're saying, hey, you know what, I know about your shoelaces, right?
You can take my shoelaces,
right.
You can take whatever.
Right.
I need to go to Arkansas and face my demon.
What are you going to do in Arkansas?
No, my thing is I told him where some stuff's at.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it.
So you told Mike where we could find what stuff did you tell him?
Some evidence.
Okay.
Some evidence.
Okay.
And hopefully it's still there.
Did you hide it?
No, I just threw it off of a cliff area.
And somewhere where nobody's going to find it, or it's not very popular? Is it somewhere you hung out as a kid, or?
No.
Gotcha.
So I looked at, okay, you do the murder here, there's a circle. You drop a body somewhere else, there's going to be a circle there. If I go on the other side of town, somebody totally different and all that stuff, nobody's going to look over there. They're going to be all looking over in this other area. And that's how I was thinking.
So was Rebecca, was that the first murder?
No.
Okay. Right. What did you learn? Who was your first murder?
It was a hooker.
A hooker. And where was this at? What state?
Texas, I believe, Texas.
Texas. All right. So did you, when you're doing your first murder, what did you learn in your first murder that helped you with your second? I mean, did you, like, you get better at doing things, right? You practice or whatever?
No, I just believed I was sloppy, or
Yeah.
I didn't think I was
Like,
good.
did you have, like, a rope? Did you go out there with a plan?
I had stuff in the truck.
Okay. What kind of stuff did you have in the truck?
You know, it could be a rope, or it could be a belt, it could have been like pantyhose, it could have been, you know, a shirt, and all that stuff.
Where would you keep those things?
Underneath the seat.
Okay. You kept it for the purpose of strangling them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you keep anything else? Like, did you do anything else? Meaning, like, stab them?
Nope.
Stab them. Shoot them?
Nope.
Always just, why strangling?
I don't know. I don't know what, it's just whatever at the spur of the moment.
You would just reach under the seat and go, like, whatever you grab and...
And whatever I grab. So, you know, you get outside the truck and you're gonna do something with a trick and all that stuff, and she's dropping her drawers, you grab up underneath the seat and all that stuff, because she's halfway in.
Yeah.
She's not paying attention, she's waiting for you.
You watch pornography?
Huh? Yeah.
You watch porn? What kind of pornography you like? Same type of MO, like rough, like...
No, not rough. More of girls riding.
Yeah, what genre, what like,
Just,
like Asian,
I like Asian, yeah.
Asian, light petite chicks,
Petite, real petite.
real petite,
Real petite.
big dudes.
Yeah, big dudes.
Now, do you have any tendencies, like, I'm gonna ask you, you like the same sex?
No, I don't like males.
Okay, some people do, right?
Yeah, no.
There's some people like, I mean, that's who they are, right?
No, I'm not into
Like,
playing tummy sticks.
yeah, sometimes they do, right? Because if there's males out there, right?
Yeah.
You know, to me, there's no difference between males and females, right? Meaning they're out there human beings, right? And sometimes people want to try things, right? It's a novelty. You get sick of doing the other things. You want to do the other things, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like to, kill a male prostitute, never kill a male prostitute. You
No,
did?
no,
Okay.
no. Never.
Because there's male prostitutes
No,
out there, right?
yeah.
You know they're out there.
Yeah.
Right.
And stuff. And then in the Philippines, you got a whole bunch of them that are
Man boys, or what do they call
lady
them?
boys, black
Lady
lumps.
boys, yeah.
So, you know, yeah, and I know.
Is there going to be anything on your phone? Right, like pictures of your victims or anything like that?
Nope.
Or, no.
No victims.
You do anything on that phone that's going to cause you concern or did?
No.
You never told your mom via text message, emails, or anything that something was up, or
Nope. Nothing.
nothing on the phone?
Nothing on the phone.
So, would you ever relive those, like these murders, like, so you could have the pleasure from, like, did you keep things, like, something to remember? But you would think back and remember them, right?
Yeah. Mentally think about it. And then
And it'd bring you arousal, or bring you...
I don't think it was arousal.
What-
It was just
what-
kind of
what-
like a high, like a.
It's like, do you remember, like me, like, you know what, I remember, like, catching the biggest fish, doing something that, whatever, that you look back, like, which murder stands out to you the most?
Rebecca's, because I messed up.
Because you messed up?
Yeah, I believe I messed up.
Okay, so when you say you messed up, what does that mean?
Meaning that, yeah, I tried to clean up,
Yeah.
and then, you know, there's certain things that I should have done.
Yeah.
That, you know, I could have burned that trailer, burned my truck,
Yeah.
and then there would have been no DNA or anything.
Yeah.
Or nothing that, you know, linked me.
So that's something that I don't understand, right? So you murder Rebecca, okay, in that trailer. Why do you, like, I understood you trying to, like, wash the bedding, right? Is that true? Is that true? You washed the bedding.
I stuck the stuff in the bedding into the wash machine.
What kind of washing machine? Was it like a top load or?
Top load.
And then so, did you put soap in there?
I threw bleach in there, soap.
Oh, okay.
And then with cleaning up, I put bleach all over the place.
Okay.
I cleaned up with bleach.
Gotcha.
And then I flipped the mattress.
What was the purpose of flipping the mattress?
Because there was a big old blood stain and all that stuff.
Okay. Okay, and then so, see, what I don't understand is like, yeah, why, I didn't quite understand that, because it's like, okay, if you clean up, there's going to be all kinds of trace stuff, right? I mean, like, so because you're talking like, weren't you afraid that someone's going to come home and like catch you while this was happening?
I did it so quick and so fast that, you know, less than 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was fast.
Mm-hmm.
I drove down where I didn't go no back roads or anything. I drove right past the police station.
So you knocked on the door, she answered the door?
Yeah, and I asked to use the phone.
Mm-hmm. And she recognized who you were?
I said that I was Casey's cousin.
Okay.
And all that stuff.
And how was she dressed? Was she
shorts and t-shirt?
Okay. Had she been asleep, or was she awake?
I don't know. She went back into that room.
Okay.
And so that was the way that I got into
she
the
turned
house.
her back on you while you were, and did you use the phone?
I acted like I get on the phone.
But you didn't dial the phone. What kind of phone was it?
It was like a, touch button.
A touch button, like a square one with a little cord and like this one on the wall that you stick your finger in there?
Not it'd be a touch button one,
What color was it?
I can't remember
Okay.
off the top of my head what color and all that stuff.
So you're watching
It might
her,
have
you
been
talk to
black.
her. So you're walking her, you're talking to her. And
I said, hey, can I use the phone and all that stuff? And then she's like, yeah, okay. And I got like.
When did you know you were going to kill her?
I didn't. It just like a light switch went on. She went back and laying down, and I kept walking back and forth in the trailer, and my mind was just racing, like do it, and then it's like no, and then walking back and forth, I must have kicked the piano leg.
Yeah.
And then it fell off. I grabbed that, and then it was like 2 hits.
So you went, okay, so you pick up the piano leg, right? And so you have to walk down the hall. This is a trailer house, right?
Yeah.
You walk down the hall, right? Is the door open or closed where she's at?
It was open.
It was open. And so is she on the bed?
Yeah, she was
Is she
laying down.
facing up or facing down?
She was laying on her side.
On her side facing you or facing away?
Facing away.
Facing away, and she doesn't wake up. She's totally asleep when this is happening?
I went in there, and I mean, it was like you rush into somewhere and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't know it was coming. It was so fast and so quick.
And so, where did you hit her?
In the head.
In the head? How many times?
Twice until the thing fell apart.
Okay. And then, that probably didn't kill her, right? I mean, what did you do then?
Strangled her.
Okay. Was she out?
Yeah, she was out. She and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And I believe strangling her, it was a tie, and I stuck the tie in the washing machine.
Okay.
Or if it's not in the washing machine, it's in the suitcase.
Okay.
And I will take them and then point out where the suitcase is at.
Okay.
Because they thought that I put her in the suitcase, and the
Yeah,
suitcase
so the
was
suitcase is gone, her stuff is still there, right? And I know you didn't steal anything from her, right?
No,
So
it's still nothing.
that was kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking, man, why would you do all this and not take her first, right?
I made it look like, tried to make it look like Casey.
Yeah. Did you not like Casey?
I wasn't really close to Casey.
Yeah.
Only one that I was close to was Randy and all that stuff.
What made you, like, develop some hate for Rebecca, right? You never met her before?
I've never met her and all that stuff, and it was, like I'm telling you, it was like a light switch.
And if she's pretty, right, it'd be normal, like, hey, you want to have sex with her, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no, I didn't ask her that. No. It wasn't, like.
So after you strangled her, what would you do then? I mean, she's dead. You've done it. So what happens after you strangle her?
I wrapped her up, and.
At what time? What goes through your mind when you're have your hands around her throat, or you're strangling her?
I'm thinking I screwed up and I need to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So
how did you finish
so she can't say that I did it or anything.
And so when you say finish it, what does that mean?
Take her life.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, it's like a light switch. I don't know how it comes and goes, or these urges, or this feeling and all that stuff. But it's like a light switch.
Is it a feeling of relief, satisfaction? Is it a feel of hate? Is it a feel of what's going through?
It's like anger and just so much anger. But I don't know the person and all that stuff.
What's causing that anger, right?
I don't.
Did she reject you, right?
No, she never rejected me.
Nobody likes rejection, right?
No, she never. I'm telling you, it wasn't sexual.
Okay.
If they did testing, vaginal and all that stuff, there would be no DNA and all that stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did not do that.
Yeah. Did you wear gloves?
Huh?
Did
No.
you wear gloves? Okay.
I did not wear gloves. I should have worn gloves.
Why not?
It was a spur of the moment.
Yeah. And so you picked her up. So the suitcase was for what? You took the suitcase, right? And you didn't put her in there, right?
No.
Right. It doesn't make sense to me.
I wrapped her
Did
up.
you think about putting her in there?
No. It's too small.
Yeah. She's
I
like
wrapped-
70 pounds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 70 pounds is like one of your legs, right? I mean,
All right, so let me explain.
Okay.
See, I sit there, I wrap her up in a blanket.
Mhm.
I start cleaning up the area and all that stuff, and then anything that I touched. So meaning that I got bleach, I got the washcloth or whatever, and was wiping down stuff, and everything that I touched
Okay.
with bleach. So, the bedding, some of the bedding I sat there, and I put it in the washing machine. The stuff, I took the stuff that was out of her suitcase that was folded. And if you look in the investigation, all that stuff, there was her clothes that was folded that wasn't touched.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird, right? It's like, why would somebody take the time not to, like, if you're going to rob somebody, right, why not just dump the shit on the floor? Why is it all nice and folded? Why is that?
So I'm just telling you, I sat there, sat it down, and then I took the suitcase.
Okay.
So I put it in the back end of the truck and all that
Where's
stuff.
the truck at?
On the other side of the fence.
Okay.
So literally I grabbed her and the blankets and all that stuff and chunked her over the side of the fence.
Okay.
Then I put her in the back of the truck.
Was there blood everywhere?
No, it was more in the blanket.
Okay. Okay, so you put her in the truck, what happens then?
Then I sit there and I go through town. I go right by the police station.
Mm-hmm.
This is daytime. Broad daylight.
Okay. Anybody see you?
No, it was really early in the morning.
How early in the morning was it, do you think?
It was before Mom got up. It was kind of early.
Oh, so was it after dark, before dark, or was it?
I went over there to go hunting, and I got up like.
Did you have a gun with you?
Yeah, I had a gun with me. And all
What
that
kind of
stuff.
gun did you have?
It was like a 270, but I left it in the vehicle and all that stuff. But later down the road, that gun, somebody robbed it from me and all that stuff, broke into my home and took the gun.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it was a Remington 270.
So I want to rewind a little bit. So I know you said that morning you and your mom had gone to take
Jeremy to
school. That's true.
That's true.
So
That's true. But I did it
before that.
before that.
Okay.
They were getting up.
So you had dumped her body already. You
Yeah.
had done what you had to do. You come back. Now you're not covered in blood somehow,
No,
right? What kind of footwear were you wearing?
probably shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Work boots.
No,
Nothing?
tennis shoes.
Mhm.
Tennis shoes and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And literally, I, came out of the room, and they were like, hey, good morning, good morning. And, they weren't expecting anything, because I wasn't acting,
Mhm.
I was acting my normal self.
And at that time, so everything's normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So literally, it was really quick.
So your mom had plans to leave, right? And that committing a murder was not on your radar?
Say that again?
Committing a murder was not something you had planned to do?
No.
Because, to me, it's like, hey, you just drove there, right, on Sunday, right? You get there, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Right? I know when I talked to you initially, trying to wrap my head around it, right? So obviously you didn't tell me the whole truth. You told me a lot of truth, right?
Yeah.
Right? So just trying to understand that,
So it wasn't planned. It was just that urge came, and
When did that urge first strike you? When did you feel the need to go to that house and, do what you did to Rebecca? Because you woke up, let's rewind a little bit. I got some context now. You wake up on Monday. What time is that?
it was like 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the morning. Why'd you wake up so early? Because you wanted to go hunting, right?
Go hunting on the
Go
property.
hunting, all right? You're going to go hunt some deer.
Yeah.
Right, you go out there. Did you actually go hunting?
Yeah, I went out there, but I fell asleep in the truck.
Okay.
And then sat there, and then when I got up, there was...
What time did you wake up when you fell asleep in the truck?
It was like daylight.
Daylight?
Daylight.
And what did you do then?
I sat there for a while, and then Grandpa's cows was eating all my corn and all that stuff that I was hoping the deers would come.
Okay.
And then after that, I started coming out of the backside of the mountain and all that stuff.
At what point did you decide to go visit Rebecca?
When I was coming out, and I saw the vehicle.
Oh, you saw her vehicle?
I saw a vehicle there,
And what vehicle was that?
a black car.
Okay, black car, 2-door, 4-door, we know what kind it
I
was?
can't remember.
I'm a car
It was
guy, so.
black car.
And so what did that tell you when you saw that car there?
It was like somebody's there.
Okay, and then so somebody's there.
I didn't know that Casey was home or not home and all that stuff.
That's crazy, right? I mean.
So if Casey
So
was there, then that urge wouldn't have got fulfilled.
Okay.
It wouldn't have happened.
So if Casey had been there, so you go up there, and then
If Casey was there, Rebecca would still be here.
Okay. So when did you realize Casey wasn't there?
When I asked to use the phone,
Okay, and what did you do to make sure that Casey wasn't there?
I sat there when I asked, can I use the phone? I got some issues. Can I use the
What
phone?
did you say to her? What kind of issues were you having?
Issues, my truck.
Okay.
And so she allowed me to come in, use the phone, and then that's where she went to go lay back down.
And then how did you know Casey was there? Did you look for him?
I didn't see, didn't see him there and all that stuff. So I walked back and forth and all that stuff, and no, he's not there.
Okay. And then what was your thought process then?
That's where I'm walking back and forth, debating on doing it and not doing it.
Okay.
Should I do this or should I not do this? Should I do this? Should I not do this?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like I do that same thing, playing in my head, should I do this or not do this, do this or not do this? And then a switch goes off, and then it's like I black out and rage.
Mm-hmm. So you go in there, you do that. We're pretty clear of what happened in the bedroom there. That you put her. Now, did you put her out in the pickup?
Yeah,
and then
I
try to clean up, or clean up first and then take her out in the pickup?
No, I was cleaning up, and I had her wrapped up in the thing right next to the bed. And then I cleaned up, put all that stuff in there. I was panicking. Literally, it was fast. Because I was like, somebody's going to come up and they're going to see me here. So it was
And if somebody would have found you, what would have happened?
then I would have been caught a long time ago.
Would you, like if you would have showed up, would you have done something to him to cover it up?
No,
Do you ever thought about that? And maybe you have to kill someone else to cover up?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, if Casey would have been there, she would be here this today.
All right, so the deed is done, you drop her off, you dump the suitcase and with the tie in it you used to strangle her, is that correct?
There should be a tie in the washing machine or a tie. They should
What did it
have
look like?
a tie that was in the closet. I just grabbed it.
What color,
I don't remember it. This happens so fast.
Gotcha. So
And usually when these things happen, it happens real quick.
So you get done dumping her, you go back home.
I drive through town, drive by the police station, drive 5 miles out away from the police station, and I dump her body.
Okay.
I think she's dead, or she should be dead in my opinion, because, I strangled her until she didn't move anymore and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then, well, like I was saying, because my vehicle is behind the trailer, to where anybody drive or whatever, they wouldn't see. I mean, there's an area behind it.
I saw some of the pictures, right?
And then there's a fence. If there's pictures, I can
Yeah,
help you better understand and all that stuff.
Yeah, because Mike has those pictures, right?
Yeah.
It looks like there's tire tracks, right, behind the trailer?
Not behind the trailer, farther back.
How far back, you think?
There's a fence, barbed wire fence.
Okay. All right.
I
Like
tracked her over.
from here to the
No,
wall?
farther.
From here out to the parking lot?
20 feet.
Okay. All right.
So I sat there and jumped over. I jumped across. I hung. My pants got hung. And
Okay.
ripped my pants.
Okay.
And
Did
then
any of your fabric ended up on the, you leave a chunk of fabric on the?
I think I grabbed it or whatever.
Okay.
But I jumped her across. Then she hit the ground again and all that stuff. And then I picked her up, put her in the back of the truck, in the back bed and all that stuff, wrapped up. Then I put the suitcase in there. Then I drove through town. Alrighty, now I drop off, go through town, and I believe 5 miles out, dump the body, then I come back, I go to the car wash, and I throw the piano leg away there.
At the car wash? You know what the name of the car wash was?
I don't
It's
know.
the only car wash in town?
I think it was at the
What
time.
town was it?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Right. Did anybody see you there?
No, it was early in the morning and all that
Okay.
stuff. So, I mean...
Did you wash it out? Did you use the pressure washer to wash
the back of the bed.
pickup? And...
The back of the bed.
Okay.
So then that linen, I sat there and I stuck all of that was wrapped around her
Okay.
in there.
Okay. Right. So you get back, you take now...
So then I sit there and I come back, I haul that through and all that stuff, and then I go a little bit farther away from where my mom and Jeremy are staying, and then I go and chunk that, and then I haul back to the house. And then, they started moving around and all that stuff.
Okay. And then, so you're there, you guys have breakfast then?
Yeah, we had breakfast.
What did you guys have for breakfast?
I think eggs and different things, and I'm acting normal, like nothing's happened.
Yeah. You know at some point, somebody's gonna ring the bell and find her, right? Or not find her, realize something happened to her, right?
So I felt that if I left her in the trailer, then they could get me quicker. If I put her body somewhere, it was gonna give me time to get away.
Okay. All right. And
And
so,
still act normal, go to the U-Haul place, act like nothing's going on, sitting there with my grandpa, his friends, grandma, my mom, my brother, and acting like nothing's going on. That's pretty hard to do.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Fool everybody.
Right. So you have breakfast, and then so you guys take Jeremy to school, right?
To
Check
school.
him out.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
get off?
not Monday. We sat there, like I said. He went to school Monday
Okay.
and all that stuff. And then we went to the U-Haul place. They couldn't give us the vehicle, the vehicles and all that stuff. Then Mom says that, hey, I want to go to Branson.
Okay. So you guys did go to Branson.
We did go to Branson.
Yeah.
And so my thing was more of, let's pack up everything. I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to pack. And literally, Mom's like, no, and I do whatever my mom asks.
Yeah.
And so it was like when she wanted to move from Colorado to here, I flew from overseas. I moved her. Took me 3 days to pack a 5-bedroom house out by myself, and then drive 2 days, then get family to help unpack it and stuff. And so when my mom, needs help, then
Yeah. You're a good son.
I do it.
Yeah. Right. So that stuff checks out. You go to the U-Haul place. That checks out, right?
I'm acting normal. I'm acting like, a normal person.
And then at some point, when do you realize that they find the murder scene?
Okay, so that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. Tell me about that. You wake up,
All right,
it's
so no,
Tuesday.
hold on, so, you know, you want me to be honest and truthful
Yes.
with you and all that stuff.
Sorry.
So Monday, Monday, sit there, and, we, get back, and I'm packing. You know, I'm packing, I wanna get out of there as quick as we can and all that stuff. So I'm packing up everything, getting everything in the front room, and then Mom's saying that she wants to go to Branson. So we go to Branson, we go check out things and stuff, and then, that day Mom tells the principal and all that stuff that was gonna be Jeremy's last day. Alrighty, so Tuesday we sit there and we pick up the U-Haul, so it's me, Mom, and Jeremy and all that stuff. Literally, when the first truck gets there, literally I have it packed within almost 3-4 hours. I mean, I'm packing as fast as I can.
Gotcha.
And I mean,
You're getting after it.
I'm getting after it. I mean, I stayed up like 18 hours. You know, I'm moving stuff. And,
Get
you know,
the fuck out of there.
and I'm feeling very uncomfortable, and I'm trying to act like nothing's going on. Act like my normal self. Not act like, I knew if I act different than what I usually do, then I am going to be real easy pickings. Alright, so do you understand that?
Oh, absolutely, right. You've done all this, and it's fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
You know, all your senses are heightened, all your blood pressure's up. You got your system, your sympathetic, parasympathetic, or fight stuff that's going on, but you have to hide it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're like chaos inside.
Yeah. So I'm literally, so Tuesday we get the trucks. One of the trucks is like, totally filled up within a couple hours, and then I stayed up way throughout in the night, packed the other one up, and then Wednesday we left out.
Yeah. And so you guys left with 2 U-Haul trucks, right?
Yep.
Towing the S10 pickup, the black S10 pickup, and then towing your mom's car?
Yep.
Which was a what?
Dodge Neon, I think.
Dodge Neon. Who's driving one of the U-Haul trucks?
Mom's driving one with Jeremy, and I'm driving the other one.
Okay.
And so when we got the trucks that day, we saw that there was a whole bunch of cars there.
Did you know there was police there?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of police there.
Gotcha.
Mom didn't know. Mom was thinking that Casey was having a party because Grandpa would always say that Casey would have parties and be hanging out with unwanted people and all that stuff. Rough crowd. So, Mom sits there and calls and says, hey, I think Casey's having a party Tuesday. There's a whole bunch of people over there, so Mom calls Grandpa. Grandpa's at home because Monday he was at the farm with his friend Troy.
Yep.
And they're doing hay. Alright, so there's some more people that I'm having to act normal.
The people that know you're going to be full of shit if you act even halfway, right? Because they know you.
They
They know your baseline. They know how you act, how you talk, how you walk. They know when shit's bothering you, and you have to be even that much better.
Yeah. I have to be a better liar.
You have to be a better liar. That's amazing. That is amazing. Right? You know what? It's hard to fool a stranger, right? But the more that people know you, the harder it is to lie to them, right? Because they know your every tell, the inflection of your voice, how you stand, how you walk, how you look.
Well, just like I sat there and told Jeremy, and he saw how you act.
Yeah.
And how
He's devastated.
Devastated.
Your mom, too.
Yeah. And so yeah, so I had to act like my normal self. I had to act to my normal self around my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I slowly pushed her away. I chose work.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
So I want to rewind a little bit. So you think you got away scot-free, right? At that point, you make it to Aransas County, right?
Aransas County and all that stuff, and then I sat there and I talked to the cops.
Okay.
like I talked to you,
Yeah.
but I fooled them.
Mhm.
I didn't fool, Mike, and I didn't fool you after doing the test. I sat there and said, hey, you want to take my DNA? You want to put me through a lie detector test?
Mhm.
No, we don't need that.
Were you, I know, was Mike asked for your DNA?
He asked for the DNA, and I
Yeah.
said I was in that house and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mom gave
Yeah.
furniture and all that stuff.
Got it.
So I was like, no, well, where are you getting at and all that stuff?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. And so you're there at your residence, and so you know that Rebecca's body's been in that pickup, right? Did the authorities look at that pickup over there?
No.
Okay. What did they do over there?
They came and they questioned us and all that stuff.
They
At that
searched?
time, they sat there and Rebecca was just missing.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca
Did
was
they
missing.
take pictures? Did they search? Did they?
No, they didn't search. They sat down and asked us a whole bunch of questions.
Were you afraid that you would find some evidence, and they would find some evidence in your pickup?
No, I was nervous. I was scared and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
What
I
did you have in the pickup at that time when they were at your house? Did you have any evidence?
It was empty. It was empty.
You didn't have no ligatures, no nothing, no anything?
Nothing. Clean.
Okay. Because you washed it.
I washed it. I cleaned it, and I was just kind of like, I go through a stage of like paranoia or whatever, where like, I don't know, I kind of call it, like, paranoid, looking out the window and all that. I say like a
What happened to
crackhead.
that pickup?
I sold it, got rid of it and all that
Okay.
stuff. I traded it in
Where at?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. So when Mike showed you that picture, what were you thinking?
And I'm caught.
Mm.
But the thing is, this has been playing in my head when this comes.
Yeah.
This has been playing in my head for a long, long time.
Yeah. Was that hard knock on the door? Is this the day that they come for me? Is it the next day?
Yeah.
Right?
Every day. And like I made a comment, I don't know if it was you or if it was him, where I sat there and said that, my anxiety got the best of me for like 3 days.
Prior to this?
Prior to this and all that stuff. And literally I freaked out Jeremy's fiance by not coming out of the room, not eating, because...
Did you guys talk about what was going to happen today, you and your mom and Jeremy?
No. But we're going to come in here and clear this up.
Okay. So they believed you?
Yeah.
110%.
110%.
What did you tell them?
I lied to them all the way until now.
Okay.
They're more shocked than... You saw how they act.
So what would happen if you had passed the polygraph? Let's say that would happen, right? What would happen? What would you have thought?
That I got this.
Mm-hmm. And then you were ready to close that chapter? Do you think you were going to kill again? Yeah.
You can say, yeah, but it's been a long stretch where I haven't done anything.
Okay.
I've thought of
Okay.
doing things, but
What's the last murder that you did? The latest one, the very last one.
It's been a long while.
When you say a long while, what does that mean?
There was a couple after Rebecca.
Okay.
But like I said, if you want me to give more information and all that stuff, then, I want to wear certain things where,
Okay. What do you want? Not that I can promise you anything, because I can't promise.
I want to be expedited on whatever charges.
When you say expedited, what do you mean by that?
Fast forward.
Okay.
Not
What does
I
that
don't
mean?
want to be sitting in prison for...
What is the
for the rest
end
of-
result for you? What do you
Death.
want? Okay.
I want death.
How?
Whatever way.
Okay. Okay. Why do you want death?
I want this monster to end. I want the pain to end. I want the pain that I've caused people and all that stuff.
You think your death will make the pain go away?
I think if I'm in prison and then they have to deal that, that I'm still alive and all that stuff, it might give them some gratitude that, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I took their life and I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Then the satisfaction or some healing and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's good you're thinking of others, right? So, It's important, right?
And so, yes, if that's the only thing that I can hold on to hold leverage to where I want something, in a way.
Okay.
Do you understand that,
Yeah, yeah.
if you want information, then
Okay, so.
I want, the end result is dead.
Okay, well, that's important. We'll have go to report, and then, so the prosecuting attorney in Arkansas will know that, right? And so.
I don't want to sit in jail and then know that, I might come up for parole. I know, I'm just, I hear these stories that people come up for parole and all that stuff, or...
You make peace with the fact that you're not ever going to leave prison, or you want to die.
I want to die.
That gives you peace?
I'm hoping it gives those people
Okay.
peace. I'm hoping. That's my mentality.
Are you afraid to die?
I want to die.
Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Why not?
I don't know. I've had a death wish for the very longest time.
Yeah.
Doing stupid shit, doing 100 miles standing up on a motorcycle, doing stupid things where I should be dead. And I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder why.
Because your work ain't done yet, right? That could be good, that could be bad, right? That's your choice, right? That's one thing that we all get is choice, right? Choice in this world.
From right and wrong, and I did a lot
Could
of
you
wrong.
imagine? Could you imagine if you would have just ended it all? Look at all the unanswered questions, right? And the pain goes on forever. You have an opportunity to make it right. Right?
Yeah. But the thing is these other ones, the one that I was closest to that could connect me was through Casey. The other ones, no.
No, there would be no, you don't know, there's no connection.
No connection, no nothing, and all that stuff.
So the last one that you, not Rebecca, the last one that you killed,
I believe it was in Texas.
it was in Texas. Do you remember how that went down?
Which is the same thing, prostitute.
Okay. Do you remember what street, what city was it?
I believe it was in Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi. So what were you doing there?
Trolling for hookers.
Trolling for hookers. And so in your black S10 pickup?
The S10, I've had a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
I've had probably 40, 50
So you're in Corpus
vehicles.
Christi. Is it at night?
It's at night. And at night and all that stuff. So when I would work over, sometimes when I'm supposed to be at work, I'm not at work.
Okay. All right. So you're cruising Corpus Christi. Now, where you picked up this hooker or whatever, where was it? Was it by Whataburger? Was it by, is there any landmarks?
Leopard Street area and all that stuff.
Okay, Leopard Street area. So you pick her up near the Leopard Street area, and then so you pick her up. How much did she come up to your window?
I just came up to the window.
What did she offer you?
Sex.
Okay.
And that was the easy way for her to get in the vehicle.
Okay. And you said, how much was she charging you for sex at that time? What was the going rate for?
I don't know, it was like,
$50,
40, $50 and all that stuff.
All right. And so she gets in your car. What kind of car were you driving that?
I don't know if it was a black truck or, I've had so many vehicles
I get it.
And if y'all did a search of how many vehicles, you'd be like, holy shit.
Okay. Why did you have so many vehicles for that reason? Just to keep us off your trail, or?
Before, when I was out here in Oregon, I had 5 vehicles.
Okay.
I had, sports car, or when I was in Colorado, 5 vehicles and all that
Leopard
stuff.
Street, what time of year was it? Was it in the summer or the winter?
I don't remember the times.
Was it at night?
It was at night. It was at night.
Okay.
Late at night and all that stuff.
So how far did you drive off Leopard Street before you killed her?
It was some back roads and all that stuff,
Okay.
and then I'd dive bodies.
Did you drive 5 miles, 10 miles from Leopard Street?
There, it'd be real far from Leopard Street and all that stuff.
Not real far?
Real far.
Like how far?
Okay, I lived in Aransas and all that stuff, so...
How far to drive? Half an hour?
20 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever. And then
Out in the country
Out in
somewhere?
the countryside.
Okay. And so who's this gal? What's her name?
I didn't care.
Okay, but she didn't say, hey, my name's such and such, blah, 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 never tried to like, hey, start a conversation with you? Nothing?
No, it was like, you know, she might have said her name was Amy or whatever. I didn't care. It was
Okay.
she getting the...
But you don't know her name was Amy?
No,
Okay.
I don't know, and I tried to, like
Was
I
she-
told you, is that I sit there and kind of like, the more, less that I know of you, the more that I can function.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I don't build a relationship with you, I don't make that connection, it's easier for me to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drive out there 20, 30 minutes out in the country, and then what happens then?
Kill her and all that stuff.
Okay, so what does that mean? Meaning, like, how did you do this one?
Prostitutes were more strangulation.
Okay. And so how did you kill the latest one, the one off of Leopard Street? How did it go down? Because you remember. You don't forget those things, right?
Yeah.
You're not
I'm
gonna
just
forget.
telling you, strangulation.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Was it in the passenger seat, the driver's seat?
It'd more be in the back seat where, like I made the comment, same kind of little MO, you know, you drop your pants, you lay, you know.
She's doggy style facing
Yeah.
away? And then when she's facing away, that's when you,
Attack.
did you hit her or just strangle her?
Strangle her.
Okay, all right. She fight you?
Yeah, she fought a little bit and all that stuff, but I would go for the ones that are small and petite.
Okay, all right.
If
Did
somebody
you have
was bigger
some of
than me and all that stuff.
Some of those girls, man, they're armed or they have knives and stuff. Do you ever get stabbed or you ever like?
No, I didn't get stabbed and all that stuff, but I came at, if I surprised you or whatever,
Yeah.
meaning that, okay, I'm going to use this example. You're sitting there, and I get up and I run at you and all that stuff.
Yeah, action's faster than reaction.
Yes. So that's kind of, I'm trying to get you to understand. It was kind of
Yeah. Happened real quick.
quick.
And then
The
so-
quicker the better, the more that I had you off guard,
Yep.
the less, you know, say you could be black belt, you could be all different
Yeah,
kinds of
doesn't matter.
things, don't really matter, but if I'm quicker on my feet and attack you, I'm going to get the upper hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you understand that?
Yes, I do. Yes. All right. So you
So if I
strangle
get you off thing and all that stuff. Now, at some point, I'm not going to talk as much anymore because I want to hold back because I want to...
You want some leverage so you can
Leverage.
get what you want.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that.
And
I
I want death.
Okay.
And you know, and all
Right.
that stuff.
All right. I'll respect that, all right? I'm going to go ahead and talk to Mike, all right? I like that you're direct with me. I'm not good at reading minds, right? But, hey, I understand where you're coming from, all right? I'm going to respect what you just told me, all right? I'm going to talk to Mike. I'll be right back, all right? You know, hey, you don't want to talk anymore? You don't want to say anything?
I will talk about Rebecca's,
Okay,
but any other stuff,
Okay. Okay, we won't talk about the other stuff. I'm going to respect that, okay?
the other stuff is kind of leverage for me.
Okay, I
But
get
like
it.
I made a comment is look for the same kind of MO.
Okay,
Look for cases that's been unsolved.
okay. What tell Mike that?
Look for different things.
Okay. So Mike wants to know if you have a state ID, you have a driver's license. He's got a Philippine, right, ID card, right, or driver's license he showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we see that?
I gave my wallet to my mom.
I have that number. It's a Philippine. I wrote it down, right? It's a Philippine. He produced it. I've seen it.
Okay.
It's a,
Philippine
Yeah,
driver's
it's-
license?
Yeah, it's Philippine driver license.
it's right here. You got a pen?
Yeah. I just need something to write with.
So I was talking, here it is, right. There it is.
Okay.
Republic of Philippines, and it's an ID
Hang on.
N02,
Hang on, what?
Republic of Philippines.
Yeah.
N02 hyphen 15025 262. I talked to Billy. He doesn't want to talk about the other murders because he wants to use that as leverage. So he wants to die, right? He wants that. You know, I can't make him any promises. But, you know, he'll talk about Rebekah Gould however long it takes, whatever. But and I can understand, you know, what, he wants some control, what's going on here, he wants to,
I understand.
you know, and we're gonna,
And Rebecca Gould, I'll take you everywhere, I will show you everywhere and all that stuff. I'm not gonna run from you. You can have me handcuffed to you and I will point out things.
would you
and
like,
all that stuff.
you wanna